Hey there folks, Dude Dutch here, and this is Warframe with the second mission of the second dream quest, which will allow us to find out the uncovering of this plot. And today, in order to help me with that little job, I have a guest who's going to help us. I don't think I have to give this guy introductions.
Hello, Tenno. Are you surprised? Why? You know I've always had my ear to the kennel. Those dogs don't have a clue what kind of bone they've dug up. But I do. Shall I show you? Don't worry, you can trust me this time.
So yeah, everybody's favorite, Corpus Face is back, and he, well, wants to help us. Probably, as we know, he wants something in it for himself, but hey, sometimes you just gotta take what you can get, right?
I know. Our past has been slightly, combative? But genocidal invaders from the other system make strange bedfellows, wouldn't you say?
So yeah, we have to trust this guy, and it's not gonna end well for us, as I can expect, but we'll just have to go along with it. So, at the moment, though, I am slashing my way quite well.
Sentient Hanhao, nightmare of the Organ, boogeyman to the corpus. That thing must have your Lotus in quite a panic for her to be working with the likes of me.
So, as I'm running through this, I'm collecting quite a few hits to be decorating my ship with. As you can see, it's working out quite well. This is, of course, I'm playing this with the Warframe.
Seems like it's made quite a powerful friend, hasn't it? I wonder what's under that scary, smoky exterior. A heart of gold, perhaps.
Now, is it just me, or is this LSV just creepy as heck? Now, as you can see, this is of course the second mission of the bunch, and as it appears, the Grenier are still mucking about with it. So, yeah, it's not working out quite well for them. As you can see, I am slicing my way quite well through it. Now, I prefer to keep it a little bit stealthy, low profile, you know, as I like to go, so I'm shutting down every security measure I can find. And, well, any dude who does get in my way tends to get a little, well, eviscerated, as you can obviously see. Also, the Grenier are not exactly known for their, well, insulation, considering they seem to have a bit of a water problem in their laboratories. Now, I can't really help them with that. The only issue I can help resolve is that at least they won't have any problem with the water. As in me, of course, as you can see clearly, leaving nothing behind. I do tend to work very efficiently when it comes to my killing. Now, I've been enjoying this quest for quite a while. I've rounded it up as we speak from now. Now it's just a matter of making post-commentary recording for the whole bunch of it, which I will be doing in this way, as it makes it easier for me to make commentary about it. And as you can see, these Grenier are probably not liking that idea, because this time I can more focus about talking while this is running on the background. And as you can see, it is not doing their heads very much well, good makeover. Now, I prefer to keep it as stealthy as possible, because to be honest, the eviscerations are just an extremely entertaining thing to do. The stealth executions are very finessely done. As this goes on, I'm also collecting as much scrap as I can get along the way. Now, as this continues on, this will, of course, be running constantly, and I continue to talk about what the second dream has been entailing, and I have to admit, it's been a lot of fun. It's a very good story that they're telling in a plot. It has a very good ending to it. I won't be spoiling it for now, because that is something that I will be saving up for later. Now, I've got, of course, with me the Somar Assault Rifle, a few those Haiku shurikens, and, well, dual heat daggers, dual heat swords, actually, because these things work pretty well. So, as you can see, I'm collecting as much loot as I can before moving on. Now, we do need to take a little, let's say, a little excursion outside of the usual laboratory interior. AKA, we need to take a skinny dip, deep underwater. And I like this part, you know, the convergence from, you know, ground-based combat into the Archwing design. As you can see, I'm using the standard model, and with all the standard weaponry that came along with it. I'm not very good because I get just exploded by the mines, and I am not paying attention. And this was something I really liked, because the underwater is, though, only a part of it. I like the transition, and I would like to see them add more of this stuff, actually, maybe even to the spacecraft missions. Like, you know, you start out in the spacecraft and maybe you have to jump from spacecraft to spacecraft, and this will be a nice little addition to it. Because the transition from you know, interior to archwing and then back again seems like an idea that I can full-heartedly support. Now, what are we doing here exactly? Because I haven't exactly, you know, mentioned that yet. So we're looking for a way for Hun Hao, because he's apparently up to some business. Now, how are we doing that? Well, basically, we have to find apparently a fragment from him, which these guys have found, and we need to interact with it. Now, I'm not going to spoil what's going to happen there, but it's not exactly groundbreaking, but it's interesting enough. Flipping back out of the water, we are moving on, and I am making some good progress. I'm continually still playing this game without recordings. I might do that later with some more post-commentary about the thoughts I have about some of the gripes I have about the game. It's still a fantabulous game to play, if you ask me. Very well done. Now, what exactly did this game do for me? Well, it's been consuming quite a bit of the hours of free time that I have. Quite a bit, in fact. I'm enjoying it thoroughly because of its pretty good business model, and Second Dream is one of the most important vital quests, which, even though you can do it at a low mastery rank, pretty much requires you to be spending a lot of time getting into the, you know, high-level areas. Like this one is played out in the Sea Laboratory, which is located in Uranus, and in order to just make the joke already, guys, about the Uranus thing if you want to in the comments. I don't mind. As you can see, we're getting close to the excavation site, but basically, if you want to do this, you also have to do a quest before this one, which is called NASA, which is accessed when you're in this area. It does require you to have a scanner with you, preferably the Codex scanner. It shouldn't be too hard to get. And when you have to get here, you gotta do that first, and then you get later on the second green, which continues up actually on that. Now, we're close to an environment that we have to go searching for the pieces of Hun Hao. Now, in the meantime, we'll still be talking about how this all went down. And, well, it worked out better than I expected, actually.
Of course, I could just tell you where it is, but what fun would that be? So keep your eyes peeled, if you have eyes.
As you can see, Alan V thinks he's a funny little bastard, constantly mocking what we are, because we're badasses, but he can't seem to understand that. Now, like I said, Alan V is helping us out. I don't trust that one little bit, and that's probably for good reason, which will probably be later on in other patches be introduced into, but right now we're just going to have to live with it. Now, what are we doing? Like I said, I'm looking for a fragment of Hun Hao in order to find out what the crafty little bastard's been up to. Now, as you can see, I did not like these Grenadiers constantly berating me with their bullets, so I decided to introduce their faces with some of my torpedoes. Didn't work out well for them anyway. They are pretty much determined to taking me down. Unfortunately for them, that didn't work out so well. As you can see, they are pretty much, well, yes, as it continues on, the mines did kind of shock me afterwards. They're not that big of an issue, though all those weird looking salvage vessels are not that much of a threat to me. I found them quite annoying just being around, just slicing up every guy I could find. And, well, I gotta say that this quest was a very interesting thing to do, because it really plays into much more of the story. Still got another one of those blasted mines. They're much smaller, so they're much harder to locate. So I'm looking for this piece, and it says it's supposed to be at this excavation site. Now, I didn't know exactly where, so I started just poking open every crate and looking in every nook and cranny I could find. While killing Grenier, of course, because, hey, I get stronger as I kill dudes, so, because it gives me XP, and that's good. So I continued on doing that for quite a bit of a while, until I finally figured out I had to move on. So, yeah, that was a thing, because I actually looked around quite a bit to try and find. Now, I went out to that nav coordinate, I was determined to getting it, unfortunately, the game wouldn't let me, because I got outside the boundaries and it just sent you back. So, continuing on with the whole thing, so I continued on without it, fired a barrage of my torpedoes, it hit that guy, so that was kind of funny. You just like, where do those missiles go to? Hey, there's a dude there, and he was gone. And, well, you could say that these Grenier were not having a fun time, as I was waltzing my way through this quite well. But at this point, it was basically a, you know, search dogging thing, so I'm not going to show you me constantly looking at every nook and cranny, not understanding that I had to go through a certain tunnel to get to the next part in order to find what I was looking for. So
Warmer. Yes, this is the spot.
and here we are. I took a little bit of time to finding it, but eventually I did find it, so that was a good thing, I think. I hope. Of course, it just worked out well enough. But I did eventually find it, and I was like, where am I supposed to look for this thing? And I heard this humming sound, so I was, maybe it's on the surface. And what do you know? It happened to be there.
These are the bones you're looking for, Lotus.
Yes, this is it. A fragment of my father, destroyed in the old war. I can use it to see him. I see the stalker stronger, Hunhow's voice within him. I see the reservoir, but I feel confusion. He doesn't know. Unless... Oh no.
Thank you, daughter. Fear has baited you to the snare. What was secret is now known. Your Tenno, their touch. I now see the womb of the sky. My shadow now walks the path.
What have I done? Get out of there, Tenno.
Yes, hurry, Tenno. But be careful. Last time you got close with the sentients, you wiped out an entire civilization. But you don't remember that, do you?
So yeah, when the bad guys start spanking your sort of mother figure, it's usually a bad thing. So apparently Hunhow got exactly what he wanted, he baited us in, and as I'm making my way out of it, of course, he was talking in the most cryptic, philosophical mumbo-jumbo I've heard in years about a womb in the sky and the whole... To be honest, the dude talks more evasive than any Shakespeare novel I've ever read in my life before, which is not a lot, but I know a few. So, it's in the most cryptic, word usage I've ever heard of. Womb in the sky and our touch, and you know what, I'm not going to even try to bother it. So, at the moment, we're just having to make our quick exit out of here. So, as I'm moving on, I'd rather blow up these mines because I prefer not having my face being blown off in the ocean of Uranus. Yes, that is another Uranus pun. I don't care. But anyway, as it turned out, we've, well, kind of mucked it up with this, so we've only made the situation worse. Well, we can easily blame Lotus because apparently she let her fear get a hold of her, but giving her the benefit of the doubt on that, right? I mean, anybody can make a mistake, right? It's not like she's an all-omnipotent being who can do the most impossible things imaginable. So I'm trying to make my way out of here as quickly as possible through this incredibly well-designed environment. I gotta say to GE that with the underwater segment, there are not a lot of them, but they've done well enough with them, giving us a sense of a really sort of alien look, though I don't exactly know if this is how Uranus looks like it. And as I'm making my exit, I'm once again going against my own wishes and blowing my face up against the mine. Luckily, my face wasn't really blown off, so everything is good. So I'm moving my mechanical butt out of this place, making sure that, well, we get to say the day, which I do later on. But I gotta say, this has to be one of the most interesting things I've done in Warframe with the questing, and I've really enjoyed it. So the next thing that I have to say about it will be in the next video, because Lotus and Alan will have a little chat about their own about this whole matter. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little post-commentary narration that I've been doing. Hope you guys stick around for the rest of it, and I hope you've enjoyed it. See you guys at the next one. Bye-bye!
Tell me, Lotus, what is this reservoir? Some hidden Tenno weakness?
Goodbye, Alad. You've earned your favor. We'll take it from here.
Don't think so. I'm here to protect my investment. If that thing manages to destroy the Tenno, then where does my investment go? Now then, where is he?